Total COVID-19 recovery cases in India cross 9.5 lakh as over 30,000 recoveries recorded for fifth successive day. Case fatality rate continues to improve and is further down at 2.25%. Global cases cross 16.6 million mark with over 6.56 lakh fatalities. World Hepatitis Day is being observed today. Lok Sabha Speaker, Union Health Minister, Union Law Minister and several other ministers attend the virtual Empathy Conclave. Theme for this year is Hepatitis Free Future. Union Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar releases detailed report of the 4th All India Tiger Estimation 2018 and poster on small wild cats of India on the eve of Global Tiger Day. Says it's praiseworthy that India has 70% of the world's tiger population. Tigers and other wildlife are a kind of soft power India has to show at the international stage. Bharatiya Janata Party National President JP Nadda inaugurates 8 newly constructed party district offices in Jharkhand. Says PM Modi took right decision since the beginning of corona pandemic and gave the slogan Jaan hai to jahan hai to interact with chief ministers of BJP ruled states tomorrow. And former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak found guilty of all 7 charges in the first of several multi-million-dollar corruption trials. Najib pleaded not guilty to the charges of criminal breach of trust, money laundering and abuse of power. Namaskar, you're with the latest here on DD News and DD India. I'm Gautam Roy. Now, Union Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar today said that India is ready to take a leadership role in the work with other tiger range countries for the management of the reserves. Kickstarting celebrations of the Global Tiger Day 2020 on the eve of International Tiger Day, the minister said India is proud of its achievements and despite the scarcity of land and rainfall, it boasts of 8% of the world's biodiversity. Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Babul Supriyo was also present on the occasion.
Leading from the front, India met its global commitment of recovering its wild tiger population and achieved the target set at St. Petersburg summit in Russia 4 years ago before the timeline of 2022. India's tiger population now stands at 2,967, which is 70% of the global tiger population. A feather in India's cap was added with the Guinness World Records recognizing the country's efforts as the world's largest camera trap survey of wildlife. On the eve of International Tiger Day, Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Prakash Javadekar dedicated this achievement to the people of India and frontline forest staff on the eve of Global Tiger Day 2020, which is on 29th July. During the event, Union Minister also released the detailed report of the 4th All India Tiger Estimation. He also said, this is India's soft power, which we must portray.
दुनिया के 70% बाघ भारत में है, भारत को गर्व होना चाहिए। 70% हमारे पास है और 70% बाघों के साथ आज हम दुनिया का नेतृत्व करते हैं। देखो, भारत की ये सॉफ्ट पावर्स है और सॉफ्ट पावर को हमें दुनिया के सामने बहुत तरीके से ले जाना भी चाहिए।
The Tiger Co-Predators and Prey in India, that book, it is a detailed report of the 4th All India Tiger Estimation, and it's very, very unique in certain ways. Number A, it has the abundance index of co-predators and other species that has been carried out, which which was hitherto only restricted to occupancy. The sex ratio of tigers, the anthropogenic effects on tiger population, it has been elaborated in a detailed manner, which you can see in the book. The tiger abundance within pockets in tiger reserves, it has also been demonstrated for the first time.
Highlighting the keystone nature of the tiger, a poster on presence of small wildcats was also released. With the presence of nearly 30% of India's tigers outside of tiger reserves, India had embarked upon assessing management interventions through the globally developed Conservation Assured Tiger Standards framework, which will now be extended to all 50 tiger reserves across the country.
प्रकृति का एक अनमोल रत्न है बाघ, और जब बाघ होता है तो जंगल अच्छा होना पड़ता है, घास होना पड़ता है, पानी होना पड़ता है, और प्रे बेस जो है, जिन प्राणियों को वो शिकार करके खाता है, वो भी सब चेन होनी चाहिए। तो एक तरह से हमारे प्रकृति का ठीक होने का ये एक सर्टिफिकेट है।
Use of technology has been the new innovation for Tiger Survey that used M-Stripes mobile application across 491 forest divisions. The information generated by this exercise serves to provide valuable inputs to guide policy and management. Taposh Bhattacharya's report for DD News, Delhi.
BJP President JP Nadda inaugurated 8 newly constructed BJP district offices in Jharkhand through video conferencing today. The 8 districts are Giridih, Ramgarh, Lohardaga, Shimdega, Palamu, Saraikela, Kharsavan, Dhanbad as well as Singhbhum. Addressing the event, Nadda said that as far as the BJP is concerned, it's evident that the party has remained active even during lockdown. He said Prime Minister Modi took a right decision since the beginning of the corona pandemic and gave the slogan Jaan Hai Jahan Hai. Nadda also asserted that countries with great health infrastructure have collapsed, the reason being they couldn't choose between humanity and economy.
सभी संगठन संक्रमण काल में लॉकडाउन हो गए, लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी अकेली पार्टी थी जिसने अपने आप को काम में लगाया और झारखंड भी इसमें पीछे नहीं था। कोविड-19 का संक्रमण शुरू में आया तो दुनिया के देश जिनके स्वास्थ्य सुविधाएं बहुत अच्छी हैं, लगभग उनके स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं कोलैप्स कर गई थी। उसका कारण यह था कि वहां के नेता इकोनॉमी और मानवता के बीच में चुन नहीं पा रहे थे। लेकिन यहां हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, जो देश को फ्रंट से लीड कर रहे थे, उन्होंने कहा जान है तो जहान है, और जन सहभागिता के माध्यम से 130 करोड़ देश को सही दिशा में ले जाने का काम किया और बोल्ड और टाइमली डिसीजन लिया लॉकडाउन का।
Speaking further about the effects of COVID-19 pandemic in Jharkhand, JP Nadda targeted the Jharkhand government, saying that a ration sent for poor by Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not being distributed in Jharkhand properly. Targeting the state's government, he said that this happens when governance is weak.
मंत्री इधर से राशन भेज रहे हैं, गरीबों के लिए भेज रहे हैं, लेकिन वह राशन भी ठीक से डिस्ट्रीब्यूट नहीं हो रहा है, उसमें भी घोटाले हो रहे। मित्रों, ये फर्क पड़ता है सुशासन का और कुशासन का।
Nadda also informed that he will interact with chief ministers of BJP-ruled states tomorrow.
कल मैं सभी प्रदेशों के बीजेपी के मुख्यमंत्रियों से वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में बात करने वाला हूं। लगभग 5,000 करोड़ रुपए स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स के लिए रखा है, और इस 5,000 करोड़ रुपए स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स में 50 लाख स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स को, जो हमारे सड़क पर जो ठेला लगाते हैं, उनको सुविधा देने का काम किया गया है।
World Hepatitis Day is being observed today, and on the occasion parliamentarians participated in the second Empathy Conclave through video conferencing. The central theme of the conclave, organized by Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences, was Keep Your Liver Safe in COVID Times. Chairing the event, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla stressed on creating more awareness about hepatitis B and C, its prevention, diagnosis and treatment. He added that timely vaccination is key to fighting the disease. Om Birla, besides 235 parliamentarians who connected through around 660 web links, took oath to work towards eradicating hepatitis.
हम किस तरीके से देश के अंदर हेपेटाइटिस बी और सी को रोक पाएँ, और इसके लिए व्यापक प्रयास भी किए गए थे, क्योंकि पिछली बार एक अनुभव किया गया था कि पहले इसकी पहचान की जाए और पहचान करने के बाद इसके रोकथाम के इंतजाम किया जाए। कि WHO ने भी ये अभियान चलाया है और अन्य संस्थाओं के साथ साथ यूएन ने भी कहा है कि 2030 तक हम इस बीमारी को समाप्त करने के लक्ष्य को पूरा करें।
And on the occasion, Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan said that it's the government's priority to ensure prevention and control of hepatitis in the country. He added that it is being ensured that benefits of related government schemes reach the ground level.
भारत सरकार ने भी, हम जानते हैं कि इसके हेपेटाइटिस के प्रिवेंशन के लिए, कंट्रोल के लिए इसको अपनी प्राथमिकताओं में रखा है और सारे देश में नेशनल हेल्थ मिशन के थ्रू इसके प्रिवेंशन के लिए नीचे के स्तर तक इसके लिए सब प्रकार की जो सुविधाएं हैं उसको उपलब्ध कराने के लिए प्रयास हो रहे हैं। जो देश में 1.5 लाख हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर्स बनाए जा रहे हैं, वहां पर भी प्रिवेंशन के ऊपर बहुत बड़ा फोकस है।
World Hepatitis Day aims at enhancing awareness about viral hepatitis and inflammation of the liver that causes a range of health problems, including liver cancer. The theme this year is Hepatitis-Free Future. Here's a report.
World Hepatitis Day is observed every year on 28th of July. The aim is to bring the world together to raise awareness of the global burden of viral hepatitis and to influence real change. The theme for this year's World Hepatitis Day is Find the Missing Millions.
Today we will be celebrating World Hepatitis Day. Hepatitis A and E usually do not cause chronic illness. They cause an acute self-limiting disease which is usually characterized by a mild viral prodrome followed by jaundice, which recovers usually within the time period of 4 to 6 weeks. Hepatitis B and C can cause chronic illness, and and they both can cause cirrhosis of liver and later hepatocellular carcinoma.
There are mainly 5 types of hepatitis viruses. Hepatitis A and E are typically caused by ingestion of contaminated food or water. Hepatitis B, C and D are transmitted through contact with the blood or other body fluids of the infected person. Person infected with hepatitis may have jaundice, dark urine, extreme fatigue, nausea, vomiting and abdominal pain.
A vaccine is available for hepatitis A and B, so that can safeguard you from getting hepatitis A and B. For hepatitis C, there is no vaccine at present available, and the precautions you can take is you can avoid getting blood from a person who are contaminated with hepatitis B and C, avoiding sexual intercourse with person infecting, and all pregnant women should get tested for hepatitis B and C.
Awareness about hepatitis and taking precautions may help to prevent the transmission of hepatitis infection. So on this World Hepatitis Day, let's take action to raise awareness of the importance of knowing your hepatitis status and spread the word about hepatitis. Kiran Bhardwaj, DD News.
Let's now get you the latest on the COVID updates as well as in the country as well. Now, total COVID-19 recovery cases in the country have crossed 9 lakh as over 30,000 recoveries were recorded for the 5th successive day. 35,175 patients were discharged yesterday. The recovery rate now stands at 64.24%. The country's COVID-19 fatality rate has been progressively falling and currently stands at 2.25%, which is among the lowest in the world. The government has attributed the dip to factors like aggressive testing and an effective containment strategy. Further, India created and maintained a new high of more than 5 lakh COVID-19 tests conducted in a single day over 2 consecutive days. According to the Indian Council for Medical Research, the total number of samples tested so far is 1,73,34,885, including 5,28,082 samples tested yesterday. Let's now take a look at the worst affected states from COVID-19 in the country. Well, in Maharashtra, 8,706 patients were discharged yesterday, with the recovery rate currently standing at 57.84%. 7,924 new cases were reported, while 227 COVID-19 deaths were also reported in the state in the last 24 hours. Case fatality rate in Maharashtra now stands at 3.62%. In Tamil Nadu, a record 6,993 persons tested positive of COVID-19 yesterday. 77 deaths were reported, while 5,723 patients were discharged in the last 24 hours. Total number of cases in Tamil Nadu so far stands at 2,20,716. In Delhi, the recovery rate stands at 88.68%. The national capital recorded 613 new cases of infection, while 26 patients died in the last 24 hours. 1,497 patients recovered in the last 24 hours as well. Uttar Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Prasad Maurya is on a visit to Ayodhya today. The minister offered prayers at the Hanuman Gadi as well as Ramlala. He will also hold a review meeting regarding the preparations ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. On the 5th of August, Prime Minister Modi will be arriving in Ayodhya to attend the Bhumi Pujan ceremony for the construction of the Ram Temple.
श्री हनुमान जी महाराज भगवान श्री राम लला जी का दर्शन करने के बाद श्री राम जन्मभूमि तीर्थ क्षेत्र जो ट्रस्ट है उसके पूज्य अध्यक्ष पूज्य महाराज जी नृत्यपाल दास जी महाराज के श्री चरणों में प्रणाम किया हूँ। रामलला की जन्मभूमि पर भव्य मंदिर का निर्माण होने जा रहा है और भूमि पूजन का कार्यक्रम 5 अगस्त को है।
Meanwhile, General Secretary of Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra, Champat Rai, has issued a video urging Ram devotees not to send gold and silver bricks. In his video message, he said that for the construction of Sri Ram Temple, at present Ram devotees can send money, which is needed, but has advised people not to send bricks of gold or silver.
मंदिर निर्माण के लिए केवल बैंक में धन चाहिए, चांदी नहीं चाहिए। भविष्य में क्या होगा इसके बारे में आज नहीं सोच सकते। इसलिए जो बंधु समाज से अपने पास से चांदी दे रहे हैं, मेरा ऐसे तमाम भक्तों से निवेदन है वो उस चांदी के समान रुपया बैंक अकाउंट में जमा करें।
Meanwhile, Vishwa Hindu Parishad members left for Ayodhya from Badrinath Dham this morning by taking the soil of Badrinath Dham and water from Alaknanda river to worship Lord Ram in Ayodhya. Rawal, chief priest of Badrinath Dham, Ishwari Prasad Nambudri and Dham Dhamadikari Bhuvan Chandra Uniyal have proceeded with the water and soil this morning. Now, in view of the COVID-19 pandemic, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan today held a cabinet meeting through a video link. The cabinet members joined the meeting from their respective homes. Addressing the meeting, the Chief Minister said that this is the first time in Madhya Pradesh when a cabinet meeting has been held through video conferencing. He added that this is the proof of the government's commitment to continue working towards the welfare of the people despite adverse circumstances. Shivraj Singh Chauhan was admitted to hospital after he was diagnosed positive from coronavirus on Saturday, and before this Kerala held a cabinet meeting as well via video conferencing. Now, in the Kerala gold smuggling case, Additional Chief Judicial Magistrate Economic Offences Court in Kochi sent 2 accused, Swapna Suresh and Sandeep Nair, to 5 days of custody of customs in Kochi till the 1st of August. The court has also issued non-bailable warrants today against accused Faisal Fareed and Rabins K. Hamid on the request of Commissionerate of Customs Preventive. Both accused are currently in the UAE. The court also dismissed the bail petitions of 5 accused, Hamjad Ali, Samju, Muhammad Anwar, Jaspal and Muhammad Abdul Shamim. Earlier this morning, NIA resumed interrogation of former Principal Secretary of the Kerala Chief Minister, M. Shiv Shankar, at its Kochi office. Yesterday, the NIA interrogated him for nearly 9.5 hours. He is being interrogated for his alleged links with Swapna Suresh and other accused in the diplomatic baggage gold smuggling case. On Friday, Shiv Shankar was grilled by the customs authorities for about 5 hours in Thiruvananthapuram. Pakistan violated the ceasefire in Degbar and Kasba sectors in Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir today. At about 10 o'clock in the morning, Pakistan initiated unprovoked ceasefire violation by firing with small arms and shelling with mortars. The Indian Army has been retaliating befittingly. The central government has taken yet another step against Chinese apps citing cybersecurity threats. Yesterday, 47 more Chinese apps were banned. These apps are apparently clones or lighter versions of already banned 59 applications. The earlier banned apps included TikTok and Share It Lite. The government has banned a total of 106 mobile apps so far, saying they are prejudicial to the sovereignty, integrity and defense of India. The action has been taken considering violation of the privacy of users and that of data security rules. There are indications that more such apps are being identified and action will be initiated as when necessary. Now, flood fury continues in 11 districts of Bihar, affecting over 24 lakh people. Sitamarhi, Darbhanga, East Champaran and Muzaffarpur are the worst affected districts. 17 teams of NDRF and 8 teams of SDRF are engaged in rescue and relief works. According to the State Disaster Management Department, the Air Force's helicopters have made 11 sorties to drop food packets in Gopalganj, Darbhanga as well as Motihari. So far, over 1,67,000 people have been evacuated from the inundated areas. The government has confirmed 8 deaths in flood-related incidents. Cuts and protection work of 3 breached embankments are going on at full swing. Trains running on Samastipur Darbhanga and Muzaffarpur Narkatiyaganj lines are being diverted via alternative routes due to the flooding of a rail bridge. The Met Office has forecast heavy to very heavy rain in the catchment areas of Nepal and Bihar for today, while there will be light to moderate showers in the next 2 days. Now, there's been slight improvement in the Assam flood scenario, and that has been seen over the last 24 hours as the number of affected people has come down by over 2 lakh. However, flood-induced death toll has reached 103, with 1 more death being reported from Golaghat district yesterday. 2,026 villages in 22 districts along with over 1,09,236 hectares of cropland are still submerged. Gwalpara, Barpeta and Morigaon are the worst affected districts. Water level of rivers in at least 7 districts is yet to go down below the danger mark. Besides, 259 relief camps across the state are still sheltering over 45,000 people. In West Bengal, several areas in Siliguri have been waterlogged and normal life has come to a halt due to the heavy downpour in the last 24 hours. The only lifeline of the city, Mahananda River, is also flowing above the danger mark. According to the Irrigation and Waterways Department, Siliguri has received 75.6 millimeters of rainfall in the past 24 hours. Union Minister for Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Ramvilas Paswan, launched the Bureau of Indian Standards mobile app BIS Care and 3 portals: standardization, conformity assessment and training portals of eBIS on the website manakonline.in. The mobile app BIS Care can be operated on any Android phone. This app is operational in Hindi and English and can be downloaded free from the Google Play Store. Consumers can check the authenticity of the ISI marked as well as hallmark products and lodge complaints using this app. The minister said that the government has taken several steps to protect the interests of consumers. He further said that an important aspect of BIS functioning is certification and surveillance to enforce the implementation of standards. Let's now take a look at the updates that are coming in on COVID-19 from across the world. Well, so far, more than 6.56 lakh people have died globally, while the total tally of coronavirus cases has reached more than 1.66 crore in the world. The situation remains worse in the US, followed by Brazil in terms of both infections and fatalities. About 44.33 lakh cases have been registered in the US so far, with the death toll reaching and in fact surging past 1.5 lakh. Brazil trails behind the US, recording 24.43 lakh infections, with the death toll crossing 87,000. In some other international news, a Malaysian court today pronounced former Prime Minister Najib Razak guilty in his first corruption trial over the multi-billion-dollar looting of the 1MBD investment fund. The current trial involves a charge of abuse of power, 3 charges of criminal breach of trust, and 3 money laundering charges. He had pleaded not guilty to the charges of criminal breach of trust, money laundering, and abuse of power. Najeeb faces a total of 42 charges in 5 separate graft trials linked to the 1MBD saga. Najeeb set up a 1MBD shortly after becoming Prime Minister in 2009 to ostensibly accelerate Malaysia's economic development. Over $700 million from the fund allegedly landed in Najeeb's bank accounts. Najeeb's wife and several officials from his party and previous government have also been charged with graft. And that's all we have for the moment in this edition of the news, but the latest will continue right here on DD News and DD India. Stay tuned.